What if I told you two people could earn the exact same salary, save the exact same amount of money, make completely different housing decisions, and end up hundreds of thousands of dollars apart? Stay until the end, because I'll reveal one mistake that quietly destroys wealth for millions of people. Meet Ryan and Steve. They're both 32 years old. They live in the same American city, work similar jobs, and each earns $80,000 a year. On paper, their financial lives look almost identical. After years of budgeting, skipping unnecessary expenses, and saving consistently, both of them have built an impressive nest egg of exactly $80,000. Same income, same savings, same starting point, but their personalities couldn't be more different. Ryan loves stability. He dreams about owning a home, planting trees in his backyard, and never worrying about a landlord raising the rent again. Steve sees life differently. He values freedom more than ownership. He wants the flexibility to move whenever opportunity knocks without being tied to one address or one mortgage. Eventually, their personalities lead to two very different financial decisions. Ryan buys a house. Steve keeps renting. 20 years later, one of them will have built far more wealth. But it probably won't be who you expect. We're going to follow both of them for the next 2 decades. Every mortgage payment, every rent increase, every repair bill, every investment. By the end, you'll know which strategy actually came out ahead. Ryan finds a beautiful 3-bedroom home in a quiet neighborhood. It isn't a mansion, but it's exactly what he imagined. A small backyard, a 2-car garage, and enough space to grow into. The house costs $350,000. Ryan puts down $20,000 or $70,000, leaving him with a $280,000 mortgage. But buying a home involves much more than just the down payment. Closing costs, inspections, lender fees, title insurance, prepaid taxes, and dozens of documents all come with a price. Altogether, Ryan spends another $10,000 before even getting the keys. Just like that, Ryan's entire $80,000 savings account disappears. It's now locked inside his new home. He has no investment portfolio, but he does have a place he can finally call his own. Ryan chooses a 30-year fixed mortgage at 7. His monthly principal and interest payment comes to about $1,863. Sounds simple until the rest of the bills start arriving. Every month, he also pays around $350 in property taxes, $150 for homeowner's insurance, and sets aside nearly $290 for maintenance. Suddenly, his monthly housing cost reaches about $2,653. Steve rents a very similar house just a few streets away for $2,000 a month. No property taxes, no roof repairs. If something breaks, one phone call makes it someone else's problem. That means Steve saves roughly $653 every month compared to Ryan. Instead of upgrading his lifestyle, he makes a promise to himself. Every dollar he saves by renting will be invested. Steve invests his entire $80,000 into a low-cost stock market index fund. Then, month after month, he adds the extra $653. It sounds easy, but staying disciplined for 20 years is another story. Right now, Ryan owns a home while Steve owns investments. Both believe they've made the smarter decision. But the real winner won't be decided today. It'll be decided by the next 20 years. At first glance, Ryan seems to be making the smarter move. Every mortgage payment brings him one step closer to owning his home. Steve, on the other hand, pays rent every month and owns nothing. Or does he? Here's the part many people overlook. Ryan's mortgage payment isn't entirely building wealth. In fact, during the early years, most of it goes somewhere else. In his very first month, nearly $1,630 of Ryan's mortgage payment disappears into interest. Only about $230 actually reduces his loan balance and builds equity. When you add property taxes, homeowner's insurance, and maintenance, Ryan spends over $2,600 that month. Yet only a small fraction increases his ownership. People often say, rent is throwing money away. But mortgage interest, taxes, insurance, and repairs don't magically become investments either. They're simply the cost of having a place to live. Meanwhile, Steve pays his $2,000 rent. The difference? Every extra dollar he didn't spend goes straight into his investment account, where it quietly begins compounding. A few months later, the stock market falls nearly 15. Headlines scream about a possible recession. Friends tell Steve he's crazy for investing during a crash, but Steve sticks to his plan. He keeps investing every month, whether the market goes up or down. Because long-term investors don't try to predict tomorrow, they prepare for the next 20 years. Ryan faces a different challenge. One Saturday morning, he wakes up to find water dripping from the ceiling. Homeownership suddenly becomes much more exciting and much more expensive. A plumber arrives with a toolbox and leaves with nearly $900 of Ryan's money. The leak is fixed, but Ryan learns a lesson every homeowner eventually discovers. When you own the house, every strange sound has the potential to become a bill. The house doesn't care whether your emergency fund is ready. Fortunately, Ryan had been setting aside money for maintenance from the very beginning. The repair hurts, but it doesn't destroy his finances. 3 years pass surprisingly fast. Ryan has made 36 mortgage payments. Surely he's paid off a huge chunk of his loan by now, right? Not exactly. His mortgage balance falls from $280,000 to roughly $271,000. After 3 years of payments, he's reduced his loan by only about $9,000. That sounds disappointing until you remember something important. His house has also been increasing in value almost the entire time. Assuming home prices rise around 3 to 4 per year, Ryan's house is now worth somewhere between $382,000 and $394,000, giving him well over $110,000 in home equity. Meanwhile, Steve's original $80,000 investment has continued growing, and every monthly contribution has been compounding alongside it. 3 years in, his portfolio is already approaching Ryan's total equity, and the race is just getting started. After 3 years, both men have built real wealth, but in completely different ways. Ryan's wealth is locked inside his home. Steve's wealth sits inside an investment account he can access whenever he needs. As the years roll on, one thing becomes obvious. Ryan's monthly mortgage payment stays almost the same. Steve's rent doesn't. Every year, Steve's landlord raises the rent by around 3. At first, the increase feels small. Just another $60 a month. Hardly worth worrying about. But compound growth doesn't care whether it's helping your investments or increasing your bills. Tiny increases eventually become very expensive. 5 years after moving in, Steve is paying noticeably more rent than when he started. That extra money means he has less cash left to invest every month. Ryan faces rising costs too. Property taxes increase, insurance premiums climb, and the house slowly begins asking for bigger repairs as it gets older. Part 41. The air conditioner stops working during a heat wave. The repair estimate? Nearly $4,000. Homeownership comes with freedom and occasional financial surprises. Ryan pays the bill, reminds himself it's part of owning a home, and moves on. Meanwhile, Steve enjoys the comfort of calling his landlord instead. Now let's jump ahead to year 10. Ryan is 42 years old. Steve is 42. Both have continued following their original plan without changing course. Ryan's home has appreciated significantly. Depending on local housing prices, it's now worth somewhere between $470,000 and $520,000. His mortgage balance has dropped to roughly $240,000, leaving him with around $250,000 in home equity. For the first time, Ryan feels like the long-term commitment is paying off. Every payment builds equity a little faster than before, while his home continues increasing in value. Steve's investment account has also been working overtime. His original investment has compounded for an entire decade, and his monthly contributions have continued growing alongside it. Even though his monthly investments became smaller as rent increased, the power of compound returns kept pushing his portfolio higher year after year. By year 10, Steve's portfolio is worth roughly $290,000. On paper, He's actually ahead in liquid financial assets. But something important has changed. Steve's rent is now approaching $2,700 a month, while Ryan's principal and interest payment remains almost exactly where it started. At this point, neither Ryan nor Steve regrets their decision. But the biggest financial differences haven't appeared yet. The next 10 years will completely change the picture. Fast forward another decade. Ryan and Steve are now 52 years old. 20 years have passed since they made one simple decision that completely changed their financial journey. Ryan's home has continued appreciating over time. Depending on local market conditions, it's now worth somewhere between $630,000 and $760,000. After making mortgage payments for 20 years, Ryan's remaining loan balance has dropped to around $160,000, giving him hundreds of thousands of dollars in home equity. Steve's investments have also been compounding for 2 full decades. His original $80,000 has grown dramatically, and years of monthly investing have pushed his portfolio even higher. His total investment account is now worth roughly $750,000. On pure net worth, Steve finishes ahead. But that doesn't automatically mean renting was the better choice. Remember the promise I made at the beginning? Here's the mistake that changes everything. Most people don't fail because they rent. They fail because they spend the money they were supposed to invest. The spreadsheet assumes perfect discipline. Real life usually doesn't. The monthly savings slowly become vacations, newer cars, expensive gadgets, and lifestyle upgrades. If Steve had spent that extra money instead of investing it, his portfolio would be dramatically smaller. In that case, Ryan's home equity could easily have put him ahead. That's where homeownership has a hidden advantage. Every mortgage payment forces you to build equity, whether you feel motivated or not. The bank quietly turns discipline into a monthly habit. But buying has weaknesses too. Imagine both Ryan and Steve receive incredible job offers across the country. Steve simply packs his bags and moves. Ryan has a much harder decision. He must sell the house, find a buyer, pay agent commissions, or become a landlord, all before starting his new chapter. There's another risk many people ignore. Steve owns thousands of companies through his index fund. Ryan owns one property on one street in one neighborhood. If Ryan's neighborhood thrives, he wins. But if local property values fall or jobs disappear, a large portion of his wealth is tied to one location. Liquidity matters too. Steve can sell a small portion of his investments whenever he needs cash. Ryan can't sell half of his garage or just one bedroom. Part 66. So, who actually wins? The honest answer is, it depends. Buying usually works best if you plan to stay for many years and value stability. Renting works best if you consistently invest the difference and value flexibility. The biggest lesson isn't that renting is better or buying is better. The biggest lesson is that your behavior matters more than your housing choice. Good financial habits beat perfect financial products almost every time. Ending CTA. Ryan built wealth through home equity. Steve built wealth through investing. Both reached financial success because they stayed consistent. The real question isn't, should you rent or buy? It's, will you stay disciplined after making your choice? If you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe for more real-world money comparisons that help you make smarter financial decisions.